Welcome to this episode of my playthrough of Armored Core 4 Answer. If you're seeing this episode, you have chosen Path E, the Destruction Path, as it's so called. So we've already seen the playthrough of the League and of Orca opposing the League, and now you've passed the final branch point on the Orca/League or Orca/Destruction Path. Pardon me. And we're going to side with Old King, who is a member of Orca who doesn't really believe in Orca's ideals. He just wants to destroy everything. So we're going to go against the League and against Orca to just wreck shit, basically. Let's go. So the destruction path starts with Destroy Cradle 03. Client is Old King, and he's paying 1 million credits. This is probably one of the biggest paydays in the entire game.
Greetings, Lapdog. This is Old King. We're going to destroy Cradle 03. Care to join us? Orca has been too lenient for too long. In a revolution, blood must be spilled. Don't you think?
So, pretty straightforward, pretty clear. He's bloodthirsty. He wants to act on it.
Good, you came. How obedient of you. Fill the cradles, all of them. Millions will die. Exciting, don't you think?
Just know how to kill, huh? Nothing else? That's too bad. It's time for you and I to go our separate ways.
So our operator obviously doesn't approve. I should also point out that this mission is the opposite of Path A. So if you follow the League path and you follow Path A, you will see the opposite of this particular mission.
One down, 20 million dead.
The easiest way to destroy the cradles is to obviously just to take out their engines. the other cradles. Ah, there's one. Obviously, there's some normals on board trying to defend them, but I don't really even have to pay much attention to them. They're not really a threat to me. I'm trying to alternate between my back weapons to, be efficient on ammo. Except when I completely misfire my missiles like that. $80 million. You can tell he enjoys this. Kind of makes him super creepy. So I'm out of missiles, so now it's just my rail cannon and my machine guns.
$100 million. Done. There are still so many more lives to take. Our journey is just beginning. What is wrong with you? I'm done with you.
So I accidentally left the area, which I thought was going to incur a failure, but unfortunately I'd beaten the mission before that. So those last little bits of dialogue, the what's wrong with you, I'm done with you, those are just like if you leave the area or if you lose. But no, I got a rank S, that's good. And when I say that's good, I mean the rank is good, not the action, obviously. So the next mission is the occupation of Arteria Carpals. Again, 1 million credits. Looks like the client is the Interior Union. You'd think they'd be a little annoyed because we just destroyed the Cradle. Before I take this one, I happen to know what this mission is, so I'm just going to quickly switch over to my anti-next design. Actually, I'm going to switch to a slightly different anti-next design. Strayed 3 here. Now, don't often use this one, but one thing you'll notice if you look at the designs on the left here, in Strayed 3, the arm weapons, the rifles, are particularly long. And there's a reason for that. So these arm weapons, the ones that you're seeing right in the front here, are, if I pull it up here, they are the HLR-01 Canopus high laser rifle, manufactured by the Interior Union. Their length is specifically what I'm going for, because this mission is extremely difficult. Not necessarily because of, well, I'm not going to say too much. You'll see it in a little bit here.
Here's the mission. The objective is to take control of the large-scale Arteria facility, Carpals. This time, the details of the operation are up to you. You are to simply take out anyone or anything that gets in your way. Briefing over. The Union seeks only to secure the future safety of humanity and the planet. This mission is an essential step in realizing that goal. We trust that you will meet with 100% success.
So, a few odd elements here. First of all, that isn't the usual Interior Union logo at the end there, with the clouds in behind. Second, it's not like the Union or most corporations to leave the details up to you. Like, just say, yeah, just go occupy it, defeat whatever's in your way, whatever, we don't care, do whatever you want. The Interior Union's never paid 1 million credits before. You might notice there's a couple discrepancies here. There's a reason for that. I'm gonna, like I mentioned before, this mission is particularly difficult, so I'm probably gonna just outright fail the first time, and I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to explain a little bit more.
Lapdog.
Please accept my apologies. That briefing you saw was manufactured. This is the end of the road for you. I think you understand why.
Well, it is what it is. Your actions were clearly deliberate. There's no point in trying to reason with you.
Maybe it's just an animal. Can it even understand what we're saying?
You think you're some kind of one-man army? You think it's your right to choose who lives and dies?
You killed too many.
So, as I'm sure you figured out by now, that was a fake briefing. It's simply intended to lure us out because of our actions at Cradle 03. Don't really blame them. But yes, in case you hadn't gathered that, there are now 4 nexts that I am fighting. Now, one of the odd things about the AI in this game is, in this particular mission, they stay within the walls. Now, given that primal armor and assault armor is one of the most powerful weapons in the game, I go in, I unleash the assault armor on them, and then I escape outside the walls.
Sorry, friend. I can't help you anymore. I'm glad we got to know each other better.
And then I escape outside the walls because using assault armor leaves me without primal armor. So I need to make sure that I don't, die. Now, part of the reason I chose this this layout and these weapons, why I told you that the weapons were very long, where is it? There's one particular location, it's right over here. I believe it's this place, this spot right here. Basically what you can do is, if you stand here facing the wall, when they are in front of you, you can actually, helps if I have the right, you can actually shoot them through the wall because these high laser rifles are really long. So whenever you see one of these lock-ons, you're able to actually hit them even though you're on the outside of the wall. Now, this isn't a particularly interesting thing to watch, so I'm trying to not do it this way. Ah, one of them's outside the walls. That's not normal. It figured that out. And I'm about to die. That's okay. That's expected.
Too bad. Such a waste of young talent.
So as I mentioned, a particularly tough mission, not necessarily because of what you're fighting, but because the fact that there's 4 of them. Like a single next is sometimes a big challenge, but these are like the top 4 next that you're fighting. It's a really tough battle. I'm just going to skip to the successful playthrough of this mission, so you can see how that looks. It might look a little boring because I might be standing outside the wall and cheesing it, but yeah, then you'll see how this path ends.
Lapdog.
Please accept my apologies. That briefing you saw was manufactured. This is the end of the road for you. I think you understand why.
Well, it is what it is. Your actions were clearly deliberate. There's no point in trying to reason with you.
Maybe it's just an animal. Can it even understand what we're saying?
You think you're some kind of one-man army? You think it's your right to choose who lives and dies?
You killed too many.
Sorry, friend. I can't help you anymore. I'm glad we got to know each other better.
Soon after, the blood of the innocents would rain down from the cradles, all at the hands of a single lynx. One who will be the greatest monster mankind has ever seen, taking more lives than any other in history.
All right, well, as you saw, that is one of the most challenging missions in the entire game. And not exactly the nicest ending. Um, yeah, it took me more than a few tries, and really, I just scraped through by the skin of my teeth. Well, if this is the first ending you've reached, I do definitely encourage you to go through and watch the other paths because there is more information in those paths than you get in any single path. So if anything was confusing or if you didn't feel like you quite got enough information or something like that, go through and watch the other paths, and I promise you, it fills itself in. You just have to see everything. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I did, and I'll see you next time. See you then.